hardly anybody on the surface again. A couple of South Africans here on the back.
Everyone up there heard you.
And
Stream ripped out, so you need to tell everybody if whatever's happening in the game. People online are only used to it.
So have we got coverage again?
You're on again now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Fans told me that.
Thank you, Lewis. One of our technically
Gurus.
advanced people.
Wouldn't go that far.
Lewis always with a smile, even in a difficult situation. A lot of pressure on the technical guys as the people all over the world want to watch the game. But obviously get the hitches and the gremlins creeping in. And Colombia hard on the attack. Obviously South Africa couldn't capitalize when they were in the Colombian half on the goal box. Right, Jack, we have South Africa down 6-1 with 5 minutes to go. And Colombia hard on the attack on the South African half there, right in the far side of the pool.
Yeah, unfortunately we couldn't see what was happening there while South Africa on attack, and Colombia immediately gaining the advantage there by breaking out and putting South Africa under pressure. One thing I've noticed right there was South Africa with no pressure on them, took the puck right back into the corner and the player just left it there for somebody else to swim in.
Right,
While you have the substitutes right in front of you, I think the player could have most probably have swum a bit to the side towards the subs.
Breaking away there, keeping possession, and not allowing the Colombians to get the stick on the puck, and staying down beautifully here by the South African player. Let's see if we can get the number for you. It's number 7. Beautiful play by Abigail, and a good follow up there by, was it number 9, Zoe. Come on, South Africa. You had it. Unfortunately, lost the puck to the Colombians. Colombians absorbing the pressure, absorbing it, and then with lots of good swimming and technique, they just create space, swimming straight down the middle of the pool. And South Africa, a good save there by a South African player. Excellent done there. Well done, South Africa. Unfortunately, no support from the back there as she swam away from her players. Excellent defense there by South Africa.
Yeah, Colombia doing very well there on the defense. Mariana Jimenez Lotero had a very good steal there when South Africa broke out to put them back on attack, and then again South Africa stealing the puck, relieving the pressure there in front of their goals, and it ended up into advanced puck for South Africa. And it looks like Colombia has been giving a timeout, so one of the players has been given a time penalty. No, it looks like the coach swam over of South Africa to go talk to the chief referee. I don't think anybody has been thrown out. We'll see when the game restarts what's going on, but the South African coach unhappy about something, and he swam over to
as
speak
the commentator
to the...
here, we see Rudolf Pretorius, one of the South African refs, walking past the commentary box, getting ready to go and ref. We have 3 refs here, Rudolf Pretorius, Jack van Blerk, and Michael de Villiers, being the assistant tournament ref. Very proud of the guys, offering up their own time with 1 minute to go, 1 second to go, and we have a start of play with 3 minutes left in the second half. So Africa down 6-1. Let's see if we can capitalize on the mistakes of the Colombians. Not that they're making many mistakes. Come on, number 4, South Africa, Angela Moss trying very hard to get a stick on the puck with Amy Kostler, number 1, following up. Good turn there, 2 players to support the player with the puck from Colombia. Excellent South Africa, number 4 again was that Angela Moss again. Unfortunately, no support. The Colombian players waiting for South Africa's wave to come, absorbing the pressure and at the right time just taking the puck off the stick. It looks like the refs identifying the Colombians as obstruction barging, and there we have 1 Colombian player being asked to sit on the side. So it's 6 African players in the water against 5 from Colombia. Let's see if we can capitalize that with the advantage puck for South Africa just in the half of Colombia.
Okay, Maria Jose Vasquez is the player of Colombia that has been put out of the water for 1 minute. Time penalty there. South Africa now there's 6 players in the water against 5 of Colombia, but Colombia just swimming straight through the South African defence.
You got to be low down to stop these Colombians, Jack. You can't have your body in the wrong position. They just swim underneath you. With South Africa being on the attack with 6 players against 5, the Colombian absorbing it, and when she started swimming, if you can get that name, Jack, that was a good goal by that number 4 from Colombia.
It's number 8 from Colombia, which is Michelle Marin Bodoya, who scored that goal with a very strong swim.
Excellent swim, man.
The engine on your body when you play underwater hockey is your kicking. The harder you kick, the more V's have you got in your fins. And V8 is flat out. That is what she did. She swam very hard, and if you swim hard, you're strong in the water.
Yeah, so Africans, unfortunately, not down in a good body position and allowing the Colombian to swim right underneath her. Well played, Colombia. South Africa get possession on the attack in the half of Colombia, and a good turn, getting a South African player and flicking the puck forward. Let's see if we can get onto the stick of the South Africans going into the corner of Colombia. An infringement called, no, and South Africa playing in the corner there. Let's see if we can get it out. Come on, South Africa, get the bodies down. You've got 50 seconds to go, score a goal. The puck is stolen there by the Colombians, and she swims out. Infringement called against South Africa, unfortunately, with 40 seconds to go in the second half. South African girls playing some good hockey, but obviously against the well-oiled Colombian team. With 40 seconds to go, South Africa really would love to score a goal here, and it would even be better for us commentating, as both South African commentators would love to see a South African team finish off on a high note against Colombia. Colombia will win this game and put them in a very good position for their next game, and South Africans can be proud of themselves and what they've done against this Colombian team. Infringement called. Let's see if that against Colombia. Yeah, 30 seconds to go. Watch stop the last 2 minutes of the second half. She is body blocking, barging against a Colombian player. She's been asked. Colombian players been
a
asked.
very interesting fact, Hein, while the player swims out there, Sheffield hosts the 2 oldest football clubs in the world. The Sheffield Football Club, and also home to Sheffield Hallam Football Club, which is the second oldest football club in the world, is here in Sheffield.
Now you can see the buildings, Jack. You know, they look after their buildings, and they're proud of their history. It's lovely for the kids to walk around. It's safe, lovely sightseeing, beautiful walkways. As the infringement called against South Africa with 15 seconds to go. Unfortunately, we couldn't capitalize on that and finish it off on a high. As Colombians go down, getting their bodies
2
down
South Africans out of the water.
And one should allow them to score in the last 5 seconds. I think that'll be the score, Jack, for this game, South Africa against Colombia, 7-1. Well done to both teams, to the coaches, to the refs for offering up their time. It was a lovely game to commentate on, lovely game to watch. For you guys back home, thank you very much. We appreciate, I believe South Africa is playing against Argentina later today at Loftus, vir die mense wat gaan kyk. Geniet die rugby. Ek weet nie wat gebeur het vanoggend tussen Australië en Nieu-Seeland nie. Ek glo hulle het ook vanoggend gespeel. Right guys, thank you very much, Jack.
Yeah, Felicidades, Colombia, winning this game 7-1 against South Africa. And a step closer to the playoffs. And Hein, thank you very much for having me here with you in the media room, commentating with me. And here from the Ponds Forge International Sports Centre, we say goodbye until we speak again.
Good.